This is live. Welcome everybody. I just got a few minutes left here, as you can see, because when that hits 0, I don't know what's going to happen. This thing may blow behind me, but that's all we're going to do for this live is just sit here and wait. And I may say some inspirational last words. I'm kidding. Thank you for joining live. It is not going to blow, but I will guarantee that you will be shocked and awed with what I'm about to show you guys. All right, I'm very excited. Let me turn this off. I'm very excited because this is a brand new product launch from Ciro 3D. I want to thank them and their team over there. Literally, guys, nobody else in the world has this besides them, and they sent it to Law Abiding Biker Media. I have this kit. It's new hardware. I'm going to get more into it in this live. The additional thing is it's new hardware for the new, it's the Ciro 3D Shock and Awe 2.0, version 2.0 of their LED light systems, which are on my Harley behind us, which we already have a video out on. It's basically a launch for that. Not only that, I'm the only other person besides them, the way I understand it, that actually has the app. We had to do a little bit of hacking, and I have the app. Now, with that said, it is the new version 2.0, and it is being released right now for the first time to the world via this YouTube channel. So thank you for tuning in live. I appreciate that. I'm going to go through it with you guys thoroughly and answer a lot of the questions that you guys may have. Now, this isn't even available yet. This isn't going to be available. Ciro 3D, innovative team over there. These guys are awesome. They are bikers just like you guys. They care about you. Their design team is unbelievable, but they are not even launching this till the start of Sturgis, which is August 3rd this year. So this will be available at their tent, at their booth. They have a huge semi and trailer, Black Hills Harley-Davidson. You all know that if you've ever been to Sturgis or if you are going. They will have these available starting that day, and you can go to their tent, purchase it. Limited quantity, so I'd get there early, guys. This is a new product launch. They're going to run out really quick. Go to their tent, purchase it. They will install it for you right there. Make sure, please, that you tell them that Law Abiding Biker Media is the reason that you visited their tent and purchased those lights. We are also, here at Law Abiding Biker Media, getting a very limited quantity of launch units. We will be the only other store besides Ciro 3D that carries these first off. So I'm not going to tell you how many, but I would get there quick to our store. If you're not going to Sturgis and you're not going to the tent, you want to purchase them, because we will have those in the Law Abiding Biker store starting. Hopefully we'll have them by Sturgis start. And just check the links in the description below of this video. You can click through at our store. It says coming soon, but when they go active and they are for purchase, they will be there. So with that said, the new Shock and Awe LED, some hardware updates, which is really cool, equipment updates, and also a new application, a smartphone application for Android and iOS. There's going to be some questions on this, guys. It has a whole bunch of new features. I'm going to show you some of those new features in this video, but I first want to focus on the hardware. Now, the old system, Shock and Awe, one of the great questions that I know is going to come out, I want to clear it up really quick. This is a new controller. This is a completely new brain box and controller, guys, and this is really the meat and potatoes of the Shock and Awe 2.0. But there's more to it than that. There's a lot more to it than that. And I'll get into the hardware, but the question's going to be, well, they launched a new application. It's not going to be available till they roll it out. It will update through your app store, just like you guys are used to with smartphone updates and all that kind of stuff. So don't worry about that when it comes available. But will that new app and all those new features work with your older Shock and Awe system like it's on my Street Glide behind us? The answer is yes, with a couple caveats. You will get a lot of the new functions that I'm going to show you today in this video. However, a couple things you won't get unless you update to the new brain box. So you could basically buy this new brain box and get all the new functions and hook it to your old system. Let me back up a little bit. I'm correct. It will work with your older Shock and Awe kit, no problem. But to get all the functions, and you'll understand as I get into this a little bit deeper, you'll need the new brain box, and then you can just replace your current brain box. And as I go through the video, that'll be clear. Things you won't get, you'll get a lot of the new app functions, but if you're just not going to buy the new kit and you want the new features and the new app to run your older system, you just won't get a few things like I'm going to get into, which is a brake lead. This new box has a brake lead. It has an extra channel, which is really cool, and voltage monitoring. And again, that will become clear. There's just some new hardware, but still the app is amazing. So let's dive right into it, and let's show the hardware first on the new Shock and Awe 2.0 kit. So if you look here, this is just a demo. These would be the lights on your bike, guys. These are the 3 channels, all right? And as we get into the app, I'm going to explain in a minute, but your channels, this is channel 1. See, that's the shortest lead coming off your brain box. This would go to channel 1. Your second lead is channel 2, and your longest lead is channel 3. So you'll see that when we get in the app. That's the way you know how your channels are. Of course, you can hide this under your seat. We already have a video on how to install the Shock and Awe. We'll do a new one on this, but it's not that much different. It just has an extra channel. So our current video is very, very relevant. The nice thing is this comes with a new controller. So you don't have to have the app to run your lights on the fly. You didn't in the old version either, but they did add a power button, which I am very stoked about. An on-off button, because the old module just had the wheel and you had to cycle through like 6. You had to push in on the button like 6 times to cycle through all the different options before it would power off. Now you can just power on and off. Of course, you can still push in on this button and cycle through some basic modes. So on the fly, if you don't have time to get your app out, you're in a parking lot, whatever you want to do, you can just power it on and get those different modes. Again, we've already done a video on that. We shot a video earlier today too, where we're going to do a full tutorial on the app and all the functions. Today is just the new functions. So that's some of the new hardware. The other cool thing is this new kit comes with, this is very important, this is a brake lead. The only way you're going to get this function is if you get the new kit. And basically what this does is you simply take this Swiss connector that comes in the kit and you splice this into one of your brake wires. And what that allows for, any brake wire that goes hot when you hit your brakes, it's very simple, it's low power. So when you hit your brakes, you're going to see the lights here in a second. I'm going to touch a hot lead. They turn red. All right. So, and the cool thing about this is you don't even have, there's a setting in the app, which I'll show you. You don't even have to have the app running, the lights running. If you make that setting, anytime you hit your brakes from here on out with the 2.0 kit, it literally will turn red whenever you are braking on the road. I think that is a very cool feature that I'm very excited about. So that's what it looks like. And even if these lights weren't on, it would still activate there the way I have it set and hit red. To mention a couple other, they beefed up the plugs a little bit. These are a little bit beefier plugs, which is nice. Not that the old ones were bad, but they beefed those up. They beefed the coating up on the wires. They added an additional LED on these strips, which they say is about 20% more light, so they're brighter, and of course have a lot of the same modes. So with that said, that's kind of the new hardware. I hope that I made sense on whether you can use this with, or whether you can use the new app with the old system. Yes, you can. And I'm going to dive into the software right now, and I'm going to show you some of the new features you get. Minus, if you don't upgrade to this, you won't get the brake lead, you won't get the voltage regulator or monitor, which we'll show, and you won't get that 3rd channel. The old kit only had 2 channels. And we'll talk about channels, but basically channels are, like mine has front fork illuminators, that's a channel. Then my body is 1 channel, and it's all how you splice them off when you're installing it. You can see that in our installation video. And then my back, you could put saddlebags. You could do your 3rd channel as saddlebags. And so you can operate all those independently and have your back different colors than your front. So that's what channels are when we talk about that. So with that said, I'm going to dive right into the Ciro 3D app. Let me get it up and going here. This is exciting. This is, I'm the only other one in the world besides them to have this app. So you won't have this functionality in your app yet, guys. Just be aware of that. It will be rolling out and it will update in your respective app stores. So this is the app. It looks a lot of the same as the old app, which is nice because they didn't completely redesign it. It's going to have a lot of the same look and feel that you guys are all used to in our original video. You have basic, I go through that in our original video. I'll link to that in the description below later too for you guys if you want to see that. I show you how to install and use this app. You have deluxe mode, advanced. Because this is a live, I'm not going to go through the whole app again. Those are all features. This looks exactly like the old app. These are all features that you're all used to. You can adjust brightness and intervals, flash, consistent, and so the lights are on consistent. You can have your power button and all that kind of stuff. Now we're running off the app. Before I was running off the controller. You can see that change. You can, adjust your different colors, drag it around, and do all that kind of stuff. None of this has changed, which is really cool. Here is what this video is about today, and what I'm so excited about is the new apps and these features. So we're going to hit the menu button in the lower left-hand corner there. This brings up this. Obviously, we're connected. And if you don't know, you can connect to if you have multiple bikes with shock and awe kits, you can have multiple bikes. This one down here is actually my Street Glide Special behind us, but I'm connected to this demo box that I sent up. So I'm connected to the demo box. Whichever one's green is the one you're connected to. Here's the channels I was talking about. So I can turn off different channels. So we can do that. You see it turned off channels, and I've got them in different modes, which is why it's doing that. But I'm going to turn this channel back on. It depends what each channel mode is set, all right? And then I can power it back on all the channels. So those are the channels that I'm talking about. You can isolate things, and you can program your channels. But here is the exciting part. These you're all going to be familiar with, minus the old controller had only 2 channels. These are the exciting thing. Let's do this right now. So let's go right into music play, okay? And we can go into music play, and bear with me here. I'm just going to scroll down. I should have had this set up, but I'm just going to play any random song. When I went to music play, it brings up all my library of all the music that's on my device. A lot of these are podcasts and whatnot, so don't worry about that. But whatever audio you have on there is going to show up here. And if it's not, you can go to add in the upper right hand corner. You can check boxes of stuff you want to add and then add it, and it should show up here. So let me scroll through and see if we can find here. So let's just play a song, and I'm going to hit Smooth Criminal. All right. Now I'm going to turn this down because I don't want a copyright strike on my YouTube channel because that's copyrighted music. But nonetheless, it will show you right here. This is mode 1, and you can see Smooth Criminal's playing, but it's bouncing to the light, and I can choose my color here. I could change it. Let's go up and do a red there. Okay. So now we're getting kind of a dark red. How cool is that? So whatever music you're playing, you can play it through your Harley-Davidson boombox system. Whatever you're playing on your phone, because you're connected to the app, is going to bump to the beat of that song, which is just a really, really cool feature, and it's going to get better than this, guys. Now, you've got different modes. I can change the mode up here in the corner. I'm going to go to mode 2. You see this lit up at threshold color. So what threshold color is, I'm going to change that right now, and I'm going to change it down here. I like blue for threshold. Hit OK, it's changed threshold. So now the music is bumping to red, but when it hits a certain threshold, it's going to turn blue. And the way you adjust that threshold is you see this dotted outer blue ring. That's my threshold color. I can bump it down and drag. And so now you see it's on blue a lot because it's bumping outside the threshold. But you kind of want to get it to a point where but when the song gets really loud, whenever that red ring surrounds the blue one, it's going to hit blue, and you can see what it's doing there. And each song is a little bit different, but you can adjust it on the fly while you're listening to that particular music. So that's really cool. You can change your main color, of course. You can change your threshold color in mode 2. Here's your song. You can skip forward on your song, rewind. Mode 3. Now, null and null on your main color and your threshold. The reason is it's kind of like an automatic mode. It's just going to go through a color gamut, and it does it on its own, and it does it automatic. You can see how it's going through the different colors based on what it wants to do. It's just kind of an automatic mode. We're going to move up to mode 4, and we get our threshold color back. Our main color is going to go through all the color gamut that's automatically set up. Our threshold color is, we can still change that now. So it's going to go through a whole bunch of colors, and then we can also adjust the threshold again. No matter what color it's going through, when it gets outside that blue ring, it's going to turn blue because that's my threshold color, and it'll go through pinks and reds and all that kind of stuff. So that is mode 4. We'll go back to, I like mode 2 kind of the best. I have my threshold and my main color. All right, you can pause. Right down here is play song to song. That is repeat, and that's shuffle. You have that capability, front, back, all that kind of stuff. All right. That's a menu button. You can get back to your song. You can go back to your song there, back to your music to pick another song. That's your little music symbol there. We're going to go ahead and pause that music, and we're going to go back. All right, and I'm going to go back again. That's the music mode, guys, and I think that's very, very exciting mode. We're going to go in here to the menu, and we're going to go to microphone. Now, I'm excited about this too. You can see what it's doing right now. It's going to the sound of my voice. See, when I stop talking, And it's really designed for if you're at a concert or you're parked next to your buddy on a Harley-Davidson motorcycle and he's jamming tunes, or you're outside a club and they're jamming tunes outside, live band, whatever. You can literally use the microphone on your phone and it will beat just like the music mode. It's exactly the same as the music mode, except you're grabbing an outside external audio source instead of your own music library. And I'm not going to go through it all, but you have the same modes, mode 1, mode 2, mode 3. They do all the same thing as music mode. You can change your threshold color right down there. We'll change it to that. So threshold color is different. You see your pink line, and you can also change your main color, guys. I just did the nice Ciro green because I think this is a Ciro product, so we should do the Ciro green. But all the same functionality. You also have sensitivity down here on your microphone on how sensitive you want it to be. If it's way far away, you may want it to be more sensitive, so understand that bar pops up. We will go back. That is microphone mode, and super stoked about that mode, guys. Menu. All right, camera color. This is actually, let's do race and come back to camera color. Let's do race since we're set up and propped up here. This is the drag race, guys. If you guys have a drag race strip, this is what you are going to want to use. It is GPS enabled. GPS signal is good. It runs off your GPS. It's just like you see at the drag races. You have a whole bunch of settings in here. So 0 to 60, I can go 0 to 100, 0 to 120, 0 to 60, 1/4 mile, 8, half. You get all these options. You can change these around. If you don't like miles per hour, you can go up there. You can go into your setup. You can change it from miles per hour to kilometers per hour. You can do, we'll talk about auto start in a sense of how sensitive you want that to be. And then the lights that go for the drag race, like yellow, 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 green, and red is stop. You can change if at 0.9 seconds, 0.8, how much you want those to be. So that's in your settings. We're gonna go back. Here you go. So you've got a reset over here and a start. This is really cool. You can literally drag race on your bike and get all the information that you need, the distance, the top speed, 0 to 60, all that. And we basically would hit start. Watch what happens. See the lights? Yellow, yellow, green, and you would go on your bike. So it's basically just like a drag race strip, and via GPS, it would literally be clocking you and getting all the information that you need. When you're done, you can hit stop and reset. Now I want to tell you that this is motion sensitive. Actually, let's talk about that right now. So if you did start and all of a sudden you started moving too soon, if I moved my phone, you see what it did? It just red lighted me. So it knows based on the accelerometer in the phone that I moved, and it red lighted me. So that's a false run, no good. You got to stop it and you got to reset it. So how cool is that? I'm going to stop that, reset it. So it will literally red light you. And so you can look at your bike, have that in a biker gripper, our cell phone mount that we sell in our store. The biker gripper is perfect to have this perched up there so you can see your drag race and take off. Make sure you guys are doing that safely. Of course, I'm going to go up to menu. This is really cool, auto start. So auto start is exactly what it says. So I can hit start, and it's in start mode. It is not going to start until I move my motorcycle. So if you just want to go and you don't want to have a delay with trying to time lights and you're just like, I want to know 0 to 60, bam, as soon as you start moving, it is going to start, and it will stop when you stop and all that, or when you get to the 1/4 mile or 0 to 60, all that kind of stuff. There you go. That is the auto start mode. I want to make sure. And then of course you can go in here and see your history of all your runs and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was really cool. There's back to the signal start. So that is the race mode. A lot of this stuff is unseen, guys. This is brand new stuff from an innovative company, Ciro 3D, that is just pushing the limits on what you can do with all these motorcycle products, and just the quality. And this app is just unbelievable. I've used it a bunch getting ready for this video and all that, and it is just a stellar, stellar app. Last thing I want to do, I'll do camera color in a minute, but I want to talk about settings. So within your settings, here's your current voltage. And again, you will only get this if you upgrade to the 2.0 new brain box, okay? Because it has the extra brake lead, which I already showed you. You can get your current voltage and all that. Well, and actually not just the brake lead, but it has extra things inside it so you can get your current voltage. I love this. The reason is, I can set this low percentage voltage right here to 10. You can set it to whatever value you want, and I have it activated. So if I'm sitting in a parking lot or wherever I forget to turn off my shock and awe LED lights, it literally, when it gets to 10, it will shut them down for me so that I don't drain my whole battery. How cool is that, guys? That was a thing I'm so excited about because I have left them on before. Brake function, of course, I already showed you that. I have it on. Basically, by having it on, anytime I hit my brakes, regardless if my LEDs are activated or my app has activated them, I could have them completely shut down. They will always flash red when I hit my brakes. And again, with the new brain box, you get that third channel, which allows you in settings to have a whole bunch more flexibility on what colors and how you want to set that up. So down here, contact, please give them feedback if the app is glitchy. I gave them a little bit of feedback, but overall 99.999% of it is just solid as solid gets. I would expect nothing less from a company like Ciro 3D, which is why we carry their stuff right in the Law Abiding Biker store, because I never have to worry about the effort those people put in and what kind of quality is going to be. I have no problem offering it and selling it to the Law Abiding Biker community. So let's go back into settings and let's not forget camera mode. So camera color is really cool. So say I want to set these LED lights, we're going to turn this on to basic function, and I'm going to go into settings and hit camera color. It's going to bring up my camera. I'm literally going to move up and I'm going to take a picture of my gas tank, okay? I'm going to focus in and capture. You see what it did to the lights? I'm going to capture again and see if we can get even more. So it's going to grab a color depending on the light. There we go. So it took a picture right there, guys. And I can get out of that now. I can go up here, but you see it turned a color similar to my bike. Depending on lighting, you can, hit a red, swatch or whatever. But whatever you take a picture, it is going to try to closely as it can match, and that would be a really cool color to match my bike. And I use that color a lot setting up over my engine with my original shock and awe kit. And I also want to tell you guys, well, let's just go ahead and get out of that. So that's camera function, and I think it is. Let's close out with. Let's do this. Let's close out as we close out this video with a really cool Ciro 3D green color that we've all become accustomed to. That is the app, guys. We did a video. We're going to come out, even though it's very similar, I'll link to it in the description below. We already have a video on how to install the shock and awe kit. It's just got a third channel. With that video, it's perfect. You'll be able to install it, but we will be doing a new one because I will upgrade on this bike. Not only the LED lights, because they are thicker and we're Law Abiding Biker Media and we got to do it because we got to make a video for you guys. So of course we're going to do that, but I got to send this actual demo controller box back to them, but these will be coming out again. Start of Sturgis. We should have some limited quantity in our store. And also there'll be Ciro 3D will be at Black Hills Harley-Davidson. Meet those people, shake their hand, let them know Law Abiding Biker sent you. Purchase them. Any of their other Ciro stuff they'll install at the rally and all that kind of stuff. Have fun while you're in Sturgis. I wish I could have went this year, but I can't. So with that said, that's it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget, guys, before you leave right now, hit that subscribe button and bell icon. Every time those are hit, another biker joins the revolution. We would love to have you part of the revolution. That way you can get alerted by hitting that bell icon when we do live stuff like this. Sorry I didn't allow chat in this one. It's because I had so much information I didn't want it to drag on, guys. But there you go. The new Ciro 3D first look shock and awe version 2.0 and the brand new and very sleek smartphone application for iOS and Android. Thank you, Ciro 3D, for trusting Law Abiding Biker Media to launch this product for you. And we really hope you do well with it. I know you will, just because of the quality products and the awesome team you have. All right, guys, I hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in. I definitely hope you are out there getting some riding in. Peace.